You know, a lot of people go to college and they have no clue what they want to do. And I was one of those people. I don't think you're really supposed to know or have everything nailed down at 18 years old. But you see people like this who come in, they're at the same stage as you. It seems like they've got hordes and hordes of money. They don't have to worry about anything. But more than that, it's almost like they have their own personal brand. She's saying that they look up your parents' Zillow to assess how wealthy you are.
E Newton.
E Newton, E Newton.
Bracelets are E Newton.
E Newton, E Newton, E Newton, E Newton, Amazon, and E Newton.
You probably heard the name E Newton. Everybody's wearing the same stuff. Look, the big part of sorority life is hanging out with your girls, the sisterhood, but we're also drinking a poppy. We're buying stuff.
What have we come to as a society that we are getting interior designers for our college dorm rooms?
Their parents are hiring interior designers that are coming in, putting in custom fake walls, sconces. I've never seen this before, but it's becoming the norm. Gooning, we're gooning to rich people now. I guess that's the new thing. Today I wanted to talk about some of the emerging trends I've seen on social media that have become very deeply intertwined with the college experience and what people believe is the perfect or the right way to go through college, and why some of them might be, let's say, problematic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that. And let's get into this topic. So before I show you an insane trend for college announcements, let's set a baseline for what I believe is a normal way to announce where you're going to college, okay?
Jen Arnold, and I'm going to the University of Kentucky. Go Cat.
My name's Sarah, and I'm going to Boston College. Go Eagles.
My name's Ava McGee, and I'm going to the University of Kentucky. Go Cats.
Hey y'all, my name is Anushka Jane, and I'm going to the United States Naval Academy. Roll Goats.
You pretty much get the picture, okay? They're all wearing the corresponding t-shirt to the college that they're going to, saying, my name's this, and I'm going here, and we're done. Here's another example of a casual announcement, okay? So this person's going to University of Miami. They're showing their admission page. It's to the point, it's effective, it's clear, it's concise, all right? We know where she's going, but people have now taken things a giant step further. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a bed party? So this is a bed party. We have a ski shot, you know, incoming high school into college, freshman. Maybe not the smartest to be doing this, but okay. So yeah, we've got the entire bed just filled with Syracuse merch. I've never seen so much stuff. And the idea is you decorate your bed with tons of merch from the college you're going to. You do a huge balloon arch, you do inflatables, snacks. I don't know if people are having them party in their room or if they're having it like somewhere else in their house. It's all about you decorate your bed with just a ton of merchandise. I've never seen anything like this. It's like actually perplexing to me. Here's somebody that's going to University of Florida. I mean, a full inflatable is in the house, okay? Cups, jerseys. I mean, this is all, by the way, before you go there. I don't want to know what happens if you decide to transfer away. What do you do with all the stuff, you know? Because that inevitably happens to a lot of people. Somebody said that's a ton of money in merch. It's kind of unbelievable. We're talking thousands and thousands of dollars worth of merch just to put this on and like basically get a TikTok video or get a photo. A lot of people are saying you have more merch than me, and I've been here for years and I still don't have this much and you guys are just coming in. This is mind-boggling to me that people are doing this. Okay, here's someone who's going to the University of Alabama. The entire room is filled. They all have like these bedazzled water bottles or champagne bottles. Someone's going to Texas A&M. Going through the Hall of Flags. I can't. Somebody made an entire sign, which I think you have to like pay people to do unless you know somebody that can do it. Balloon arches, so much. It's insane. It's overconsumption. I'm saying it. Let's just get it out of the way. It's overconsumption. This is objectively way too much stuff. And we have an entire cake at the foot of the bed. I mean, in what reality will you ever be doing something like this? I don't know. Here's some comments. So you rich, just the flags alone are like $300 at Aggie Land Outfitters. I've seen several people reporting that these bed parties cost around $3,000 or something like that just to get a photo for Instagram. Okay, so when I say that social media is ruining the college experience, this is what I'm talking about, where people are spending $3,000 just to get a photo. But I think it's also important to talk about the dynamic as well that's happening for the people that are viewing these bed parties on social media. And people get FOMO from this type of content. They're seeing it as very aspirational to do these bed parties. This is a bit overkill, is it not? Yeah. So this comment was interesting to me. It says, God forbid someone be excited for their university. Damn. Y'all are haters. And I think that two things can be true at once. I think that you can be excited for someone and they can be excited for their college experience, whatever, but also realize that this is way too much. A lot of this is truly for social media. You can be excited for your college and not do any of this stuff. Here's somebody else going to Florida Gators. You know, they've got the bedazzled champagne bottles, they've got cups, they've got slippers, shoes that are matching, that are like, you know, name brand everything. So much merch, streamers, it's just insane. And then you've got these entire snack bars, thousands of dollars worth of snacks, drinks. Gone are the days of normal college announcements. Somebody going to Texas. I mean, I just have to say, it's absolutely insane. Texas custom boots, stuffed animals. Here's somebody that's got pool floaties, inflatable rafts. Going to U Miami, the 305 in the back. They've got an entire like charcuterie board on their bed. We've got a neon light up sign in the back, an entire backdrop display, Crocs with the corresponding gibbets. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Look at the flamingo. It's also like a lot of people who are kind of flexing how much money they have, and not a huge fan personally of that. Everyone's hating, but just upset that they never got to experience this. I would love to be surprised with this. I love these videos so much. Seeing y'all so happy to get into schools y'all work so hard for is heartwarming. I just feel like these bed parties, the trend of these, and the trend to like spend thousands and thousands of dollars, because these truly do cost thousands of dollars, is not particularly productive, especially for people that are viewing this. You know, young impressionable people, they see this and they are like, oh, I need to do that. I just bought like a t-shirt and announced it on social media for my friends. People kind of equate doing something like this with how much their friends and their family care about them and how cool they are, and kind of equate it to like, this is how many people care that I got into this place, or this is a showcase of how exciting my life's about to be. And it's really all for social media, but it puts a lot of pressure on people's friends and family to put these types of things together for them. This is way too much. Way too much. Y'all will do anything for a single photo. It's so insane. Yeah, we've never seen anything like this before. I think without the presence of social media, people would not do this at all.
Okay, 2 words for you. Bed parties. If you don't know what they are, I'm in the thick of it. High school senior moms, especially if the girls, you know what I'm talking about. They get accepted into college, they decide to go, and their friends, really their moms or parents, in my case moms, throw a huge bed party. It means that you buy a blanket for the college they're going to, streamers, balloons, everybody brings a gift, and it's like over the top insanity.
This is my understanding. Bed parties are different than a graduation party. Just putting that out there. This is like something you do in addition to that, and your friends and your family are expected, you know, for these incoming college freshmen to produce. Okay, they're expected to bring gifts. They're expected to throw these and host these parties. Like she just said, it's kind of on like your friends to do it. It's kind of akin to when you were in middle school or whatever, and people would decorate your locker for your birthday, and then if you opened it up on your birthday and no one had decorated it, you felt like the ultimate loser. Like, I think, you know, many of us can relate to that. This is like another version of that. It's actually quite stressful. And I'm also going to say this as well. A lot of people these days are choosing where they want to go to college based on stuff like this that they see on social media and the aesthetic. Oh, I like these college colors. And it has nothing to do with like, okay, does this have a good program? Is this something I'm interested in? Is this affordable?
Also that they can get their picture for the gram or TikTok if it's still here, which I guess it won't be. Champagne bottle like this. Like, good thing I'm already divorced, because otherwise I might lose custody of my kids for that picture.
Not to be a narc, but we're doing champagne bottle and ski shots. And a lot of these girls are probably going to be rushing. Like, not a great look. Not a great look. Just saying. Not too smart.
It's all about the gram. And the thing is, it's supposed to be a surprise, but every day my daughter comes up and says, did you order that box balloon thing? Did you get this? I've been to Max and Gino's, Sugar Crazy, Sweeties, Dot Cake, you name it. I got a girl doing balloons. Well, are you freaking nuts? They got accepted into college. And nonetheless, my daughter's going to university. University of Miami, a $90,000 a year college, and now we got to have a couple grand for a bed party? Is this a Long Island thing? Are we all crazy?
So parents are spending $90,000 for their kids to go to college, and then they're expected to also foot the bill for these bed parties, or, you know, their friends are. And it's $1,000. She's got somebody making balloons. She's got people at a sweets place. She's at a cake place. Custom boots are being made. We've got streamers. We've got lights. We've got all of this extra stuff. It's crazy.
And to be completely transparent, I'm doing it like a crazy person. And I gotta make sure we have everything. Like, I'm going into Target now for orange and green Sprite and Sunkist. Like, are we nuts?
It's a problem. But here's another take on the bed parties.
But this is a bed party. This is my sweet friend Emily. She's amazing. So happy we threw her bed party. A lot of people are getting confused that it's more for the parents. It's not. It's your friends throw you a bed party. It has really nothing to do with the parents. I don't know why people are saying that.
This is a clear problem. If high school students are expected to throw these types of things to prove how much they care about their friends, okay, and how much their friends care about them, especially for this young, impressionable age group, it's just putting a lot of undue stress, and it's like, why are we doing this to ourselves?
But basically it's a bunch of merch that your friends buy. They do like custom Oreos, custom cupcakes, custom water bottles.
By the way, college merch is like the most overpriced crap ever. Every single one of these t-shirts, they're all over $25.
It's like a whole ton of money, and obviously so cute to take pictures. It's more of an Instagram post. Absolutely love that she had one. This is a whole bed party, and your group of friends sets it up for you, not the parents. Nothing to do with the parents.
Obviously, pressure gets displaced onto the parents because there's no way that high school kids that are going into college can afford doing this. I couldn't even do it for myself, let alone other people. So I thought this was kind of funny. This is someone kind of doing a parody of the bed parties. You know, here's my version of that. And she's got one shirt, one stuffed animal, and a sign that says University of North Alabama. And you know what? This, to me, it's more manageable. You're not inundated with so many things, having to clean up and like spend a ton of money. Like, this is perfectly acceptable. She did it to like a popular trending sound, which is the University of Miami sound bite that people are using to do these bed parties, where people are announcing they're going to University of Miami, and it's like these crazy bed parties. University of Miami comments and they go, congrats, bestie, ? So even like the colleges are getting involved and being like, oh, okay, cool, congrats. You know, and it just kind of feeds into this whole, that's all you got? Really? Okay, cool, I guess. I don't like it. I don't like where it's heading. I don't. I'll say it. It's kind of like you don't have a bed party and your friends gonna give you a bed party. You're a loser. Somebody commented and said, nah, because I see these bed parties with thousands of dollars worth of stuff and I just don't know how people do all of that. Yeah, I don't either. One of my observations is that college is deeply entrenched in this consumerist culture. Okay, it's been overtaken. And I feel like almost every aspect these days that is romanticized online, idealized by people on social media, it's become about showcasing your wealth and like, how can I have the most stuff? How can I make it known to everyone around me that I have money? And all about buying things. That's basically what it's become. It's a real problem. So here's someone who posted the dorm room that went viral. By the way, guys, this is an interior designer who specializes in dorm room renovations. Let's take a look.
All right, girls, here it is. The room is finally done. It has been a labor of love, hours, all the things. But we are...
What are we doing with this stuff? I mean, we're bringing in glass tops for the desks. We have cabinetry with porcelain on the top. What is going on?
So proud of how it turned out. We were able to mix some chinoiserie in certain places.
It doesn't look like a college room.
The girls are from Texas, so of course we had to have a little boot. Then here's their bed. Here's all the bedding by Premier Fabrics in Ridgeland. They are my go-to.
Custom bedding with a monogram.
Base, and again, this monogram, y'all, I can't stand it. So refrigerator cart. These are the storage cubes.
Refrigerator cart and storage cubes.
And we wanted to kind of keep it somewhat clean and simple.
By the way, this is clean and simple, if you didn't know.
only because it is, so much happening here. Again, same thing, Colonel Reb, and then over here is the bar.
I mean, what on earth? A bar cart for college freshmen?
Bar cart, just super cute. And then last but not least, here's the wall that we installed. Yeah, it was actually way easier than the drapes.
A wall has been installed with sconces.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we've lost it. We've truly lost
it. For the girls right here. Both of the girls are blonde and into fashion and all the things. We're crazy about these sconces there. And then, of course, I'm here for fresh flowers. I always do that.
Fresh flowers! What college student is keeping up with fresh flowers? I have to know.
And then the ice maker down there.
Ice maker,
all the girls
gotta have it.
need good ice maker.
You gotta have it.
And then here's the closet.
If you don't have it, you fucking suck.
Hope that you love it. I'm proud of it. It's been a lot of work. It's taken a lot of time, but
what happens when we have to take all this down? At the end of the year, if I walked into this, I think my eyes would pop out of my head back in my day, okay?
It's really not that bad.
So here, this is, by the way, this is a refresher of like when someone walks into the dorm for the first time, this is what you see, okay? It's very blank. There's not a whole lot going on. It's not really supposed to be. You're only living there for a year.
Just needs a little shaping.
So we're putting wallpaper. I've never seen this before. People are now putting wallpaper up in the room, okay? We're stapling things to the walls, drapes. We've imported a headboard. I've never thought of bringing in my own drawers and cabinetry. In my life, I've never heard of this, okay? In my life. It's insane. I mean, they're little apartments. We've got an entire vanity set up, an entire mirror brought in. Never seen this.
In no world will any college dorm room require you to get an interior designer. What have we come to as a society that we are getting interior designers for our college dorm rooms? Like, that's just mind-boggling.
But it's happening everywhere. Their parents are hiring interior designers that are coming in and just like getting it all done in one day, putting in custom fake walls, sconces. I've never seen this before, but it's becoming the norm. Social media platforms are pushing it out and they're rewarding people for doing this type of thing. And other people are seeing this and like, okay, I want to do this too. And so they're getting inspired by this. But one of my main problems, if not my number one problem with overconsumption, is it leads to the death of individuality. And when you overconsume and you kind of like, you see stuff on social media and you kind of just like blindly follow trends and you're just buying things just to buy things, you lose that uniqueness about yourself. And they actually don't have an identity of their own. Basically, their identity is the things that they buy. And you see that actually in these dorm rooms now. So I'm going to show you some examples because you've seen a couple dorm rooms at this point, how every single dorm room now looks the exact same. So here's another one. Insane. So the beds look the same. They're all kind of doing the same sort of setup where they're bringing in this cabinetry. They're doing like the glass top tables. They have like desk skirts and bed skirts that all look the same. All their bedding looks the same. Their artwork looks the same. All of their style looks the same. And it's like, this is not even possible that everyone has the exact same style. Down to like the same pillows, the same bath mat, the same rugs, the chairs, the pillows, everything. Okay, the headboard. It all looks the same. So here's just another example of that. Okay, same sort of piece in the middle, same orientation even of everything, couches. By the way, I've never seen like actual bathrooms in these dorm rooms before. This is crazy. I mean, when I was in college, I'm pretty sure everybody on our floor had to share the same toothbrush. No joke. Okay, as well as the bathroom. Like 20 people were using the same bathroom down the hallway, okay? It's just what it was. And you didn't complain about it either. Like it was how it was. Okay, and now we've got this where every dorm room looks the exact same. And it's about how much stuff we have. It's about being able to post it on TikTok. It needs to be TikTok aesthetic, Instagram approved. It's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. Here's some comments. And this is like, people see this and this is how it makes people feel. Every year I see these, I realize my college dorm was trash. So when did you put in your housing request? Because I did not get this. Looks better than my son's down in UK. Like everyone's comparing. But especially for college students, it's especially important to talk about because people need to understand what is normal and what is not. And this is absolutely not normal. A lot of people go to college and they have no clue what they want to do. right? And I was one of those people. I don't think you're really supposed to know or have everything nailed down at 18 years old or 19 years old. But you see people like this who come in, they're at the same stage as you. It seems like they've got hordes and hordes of money. They don't have to worry about anything. But more than that, it's almost like they have their own personal brand. It's almost like they know exactly who they are. They have this dorm room that's got like this perfect aesthetic and like everything matches. They've got chinoiserie. Okay. It seems like they've got everything figured out. And it can be very dysphoric when you're in college and you're like, I've got nothing figured out. But these people have a full-fledged brand. They know who they are. They even know down to their aesthetic who they are, right? So it's very hard for, I think, young people to see that and not want to maybe emulate that lifestyle, but it's not real. And what people don't understand is like they've hired an interior designer to give them that aesthetic, okay? Or they've seen somebody else on social media and they're copying that person who's copied another person who's copied another person, okay? There's context here that I think people need to discuss because it's important that people understand that a lot of this is not normal. And there's a lot that goes into this. That for most people, this is insane. So in my opinion, consumerism has hijacked every part of the college experience. And sorority life is a subsection of the college experience that I feel is particularly prone to these massive overconsumption trends. And I want to be clear that when I make these statements, I'm not talking about all sororities. Sororities are not monolithic, even though sometimes they are portrayed that way, because many do truly foster real sisterhood, support leadership and philanthropy, among other things. And I like that, right? Like I know so many people that are in sororities and I think they're great people and they do great things for the world and people around them and are great examples of successful women, right? But we can't ignore how social media has amplified a particular image of sorority life that's centered around wealth, status, and perfection. So you've probably seen a lot of these sorority dance videos online, especially if you've been watching Bama Rush TikTok and Rush TikTok and things like that. These are basically videos that these sorority girls create to recruit new members and try to like go viral on social media. And there's nothing inherently wrong with them per se. One of my points here is that if you've seen one of these videos, then you've kind of seen them all. There's not a whole lot of differentiation happening and no one's really standing out. And I get that that's not really the point. But I guess what I'm trying to say is in the same way that overconsumption limits creativity and it limits self-expression and individuality, I think that a lot of the sorority life content does the same thing. And it hasn't really evolved over the years into something that's more inspiring, right? It's just sort of repetitive. Everyone's wearing the same outfits. Everyone's doing the same things. The glamorization of sorority recruitment, especially at some of these bigger Southern schools, has created a pipeline where young girls are aspiring to a lifestyle rather than an actual community, right? Which is what it's technically all about. And I think for a lot of these incoming freshmen that are viewing this type of content, it probably feels like if you're not a part of this world, then you're already behind.
So I've been so sucked into Rush Talk lately, and today I was watching and I was like, God, like the amount of money these girls spend and like their families spend for the most part on the outfits, the fees, like just all of it. I was like, that is nuts. I would literally never do that. Mm-hmm. And I realized at age 32, I'm so removed from that universe. I forgot, like, you did do that. You did that. Remember? It was just like 10 years ago, but you did. You did.
All these videos that you're seeing on social media as well, like these girls have to buy and create outfits that are specific to all of these different themes for every single day of Rush and for recruitment. This all really adds up. There's a lot of money that goes into keeping up this sorority aesthetic. I have just noticed that sorority life seems to be very intertwined with consumer culture. Okay, and here's some examples of that. So this is a new thing we've started to see. Well, they're holding up a lot of different products. They're doing some of the, usual dance routines. It might seem unsuspecting, but this indeed actually is somewhat of an ad that these sororities are doing. So holding up like Bloom stuff and, Free People movement. Sororities are now being contacted by brands to promote their products and promote it to all of the girls that are in the sorority as well. And then like maybe incoming potential new members as well who are going through recruitment. Like, okay, I got to start drinking Bloom because everybody else is drinking Bloom. Laxatives. It's kind of shocking, honestly. The amount of paid stuff that sororities are promoting. Here's another one where, they're doing sorority life videos. It's almost like the two are hand in hand. That's kind of how the videos are coming across is, look, the big part of sorority life is hanging out with your girls, the sisterhood, but we're also drinking a poppy. We're buying stuff. They've become synonymous with each other, and I think that that's a problem. So these girls are doing like, a poppy ad essentially. So here's another one where we've got poppy affiliates or partnerships with the poppy shop, doing video promotions for them. Here's another sorority that's doing poppy video promotions. This one might look like, any other video, okay? But what if I told you, sponsored by Altered State, which is like a clothing boutique company, super expensive clothing, by the way. They're sponsoring Delta Gamma. Hey, everybody, let's all wear the same clothes. And this is where I say I have problems because everybody's wearing the same stuff. And there's a difference, truly there is, between we kind of have like the same aesthetic, we like the same things, we just happen to, and like we happen to kind of gravitate towards the same type of clothes and style versus we're all wearing the same stuff from the same stores. It's uninspired. Altered State's been on one during Bama Rush. They are literally commenting on every single TikTok, reposting every single person that's a part of Bama Rush. It is insane. They're working hard, okay? They want the sorority girls coins, okay? They're also doing Rush PR box giveaways. So like people that are interested in sorority Rush, they're interested in watching the girls that are rushing, they're interested in sorority life, they were in a sorority before. They're trying to reel in all those people and convert those people into customers. And so now they're doing like Rush PR box giveaways and they're sending them to people. So like every year, let me explain this to you if you don't know. Every year it's called Rush Talk. So University of Alabama is typically one of the biggest schools for Greek life. And it's like this huge event every single year where girls are documenting their process of going through Bama Rush. And a lot of girls have become social media famous from documenting this process, okay? And people are invested in their journey. They're like, oh, where's she gonna go? People equate it to fantasy football for women, okay? It's a big deal on TikTok, okay? What Altered State did this year is now they're picking out girls who have said that they're going to be rushing this year at University of Alabama or, other big SEC schools usually, and they're sending them PR. Altered State's hoping that they get big and popular. Oh, it's insane.
In about a week, and Altered State reached out and asked if I wanted to receive a Rush PR box from them. This is absolutely insane. I love Altered State. There is the little box that they sent over. It is so cute. And on the front, it says, welcome home. Like, Altered State sent me a Rush PR box? No. The box is so cute. It says where style meets sisterhood. They sent over a Rush bag with a little note. This bag is gonna hold all my necessities for Rush, and I can't wait. They sent Octobuddy to create the best content during Rush.
So they're sending the girls content stuff. Times have changed because I was just worried about where's my next class? Okay, what am I gonna eat in the cafeteria? That's the kind of stuff that people are worried about. Where'd my pencil go? And now it's like these girls are juggling like, I want to be a social media influencer. These brands are sending me stuff. I've got an Octobuddy so I can put my phone anywhere and film content on the go and document this entire process. Like it's all being documented and filmed for social media. It's quite something.
I can't wait for you guys to see my Rush outfits. Some of them are from Altered State, so I cannot wait for you guys to see them. Thank you so much, Altered State.
A lot of this lifestyle is about buying things, and it's become so much about brand deals, becoming an influencer, and unfortunately as well, like this could be a side tangent, but influencing and content creation has become so centered around just getting people to buy things and affiliate links and sponsorships and doing hauls and this is what I bought today, this is what I bought today, and buying new things, and I've got to wear something new every single week, and it's hard to ignore. So here's another example of just how consumer culture, social media has taken over and is ruining the college experience.
Hey y'all, Georgia Southern Rush, day one, today's icebreakers, and here's my outfit of the day. My shirt is Georgia Southern Panhellenic, my skirt is Amazon, my shoes are Golden Goose, I have David Yerman, E. Newton, Target, Heart, and my grandma.
I'm showing these because I'm making a point here, which is I want you guys to kind of pay attention to some of the brand names, a lot of these are going to be the same. Okay, spoiler alert. You know, a lot of people are wearing the same sort of thing, and a lot of it is kind of about like brand names and, you know, how can I get the most expensive outfit, because a lot of people are, you know, watching these videos and kind of adding it up, and they're kind of like, oh, this girl's got money. Like, it's all about showcasing, for a lot of these girls, not all of them, but for a lot of these girls, it's about showcasing how much money they have. Like, and they do that through doing these OOTDs during Rush. That's how a lot of people have become breakout stars in the past, just thousands and thousands of dollars worth of clothes. People try to stand out that way, but in doing that, you're not actually standing out because everybody else is doing this as well.
All my rings are from Every Jewels, Kendra Scott, E. Newton, Boyfriend, E. Newton, Boutique and Troy, and then these both are Amazon and then Kendra Scott.
My bracelets are E. Newton.
Skirt is from For Love and Lemons, and shoes are
E.
Golden
Newton,
Goose.
Golden Goose.
Amazon, David Yurman.
David Yurman.
Class, some store in Chicago, David Yurman, E. Newton.
And my necklace is Amazon and all E. Newton. Oh, and Kendra Scott.
Yay. And then most of my jewelry is from E. Newton.
So are my earrings, some
E.
E. Newtons,
Newtons.
watch from London, some Kendra Scott rings, and my Dior ring, and then
Kendra Scott.
My bracelets are E. Newton, watch Citizen. Rings are like scattered, Amazon.
Hey y'all, it's a beautiful day to be at Alabama. We're about to go house shopping, so I wanted to give you guys a quick OOTD. My top is from Belk. I have my Paige jeans on, my gold Steve Maddens, my Louis, and then some jewelry real quick. David Yurman, Gucci, Buddha Girls, Apple Watch, David Yurman. My little initial ring is Bubble Bar, and then my earrings are Gucci.
Kendra, E. Newton, Isabella, Kendra Scott.
Bracelets are E. Newton.
E. Newton,
Kendra Scott,
E. Newton, Amazon, and E. Newton.
You probably heard the name E. Newton. I didn't even know what the hell this was, and I thought like, oh, these are just like simple gold bracelets. You know, they look like something you get at Francesca's or something. For a stack that looks like this, $220. That's just like an average, okay? These are extremely expensive, and everybody has these. If everybody has it, it's not interesting. It lacks personality. It lacks depth. It's uninspired. How did we get to this point? We have more stores than ever. We have more things than ever. And somehow everyone showed up to Bama Rush with the same stuff. And that is the threat of overconsumption. And that is the threat of social media and just kind of following trends like this.
Here's a quick PSA for you girls going through Rush. If you entered my sorority house back in my day and you said E. Newton instead of E. Newton, I would have cut you immediately.
Somebody said mean girl for life. Yeah, who cares? First of all, it barely even sounded like any difference between when she said E. Newton and E. Newton. This is what I'm saying. There's an emphasis on brands and on things. And I don't think that it's good. There is more to life than things.
I figured out very quickly that being in a sorority at Alabama was not worth the $1,100 a month. I'm not sure if there's any way to prepare you for the financial burden you take on when you join a sorority. When I went through Bama Rush, one of the first things every house told me was exactly how much their dues were, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'll make it work, but what you don't realize is all the extra costs that are going to come with joining a sorority. It's just what happens when you're in an organization with nothing but rich, wealthy girls. Just want to add here, you don't have to be rich to join an Alabama sorority. You can definitely make it work, but it's going to be a struggle. I know most sororities aren't like this, but every time there was a day party, I felt like I was actually about to go to a fashion show.
This is kind of to the point I'm making about people see this type of content, and whether it's said or not, and a lot of time it's not said, the pressure is there, right? The same way that your friends and your family feel pressure to give you the bed party of your dreams or the grad party of your dreams because that's what's being showcased on social media, is like, this is the way forward and everyone needs to be doing this, otherwise you don't care about me. The same is true where there's this pressure that exists for these young women. You have to conform and you have to keep up with everybody else. You have to have a new outfit for every single occasion, right? And you have to buy a whole new wardrobe for sorority rush, and you don't, okay? Just wear what you have. That's enough. This is the reality. This goes beyond sorority life. It's everywhere. A lot of people right now feel that they constantly have to keep up with the trends. They constantly have to buy, new, E. Newton. It's a problem.
And I don't know why, but I felt pressure to get on Revolve and get like a $200, $300 For Love and Lemons dress every single time we had some type of event. I was like, oh, it's so normal for like all these other girls to have like all that stuff, so I guess I should buy it too. And obviously that added up.
Clothes do matter to a certain extent.
I wish that I didn't spend as much money as I did on the clothes that I wore last year. It's totally fine to order the majority of your dresses, skirts, shoes, accessories from Shein. I know a bunch of girls that utilized Shein last year, and I was scared to use it because I thought that brand label was extremely important.
I think the message is mostly correct. I mean, this is the truth, guys. You don't need to buy anything new. Okay, you don't need to go on Shein. You don't need to go to David Yurman or whatever, Altered State, and buy a whole new outfit from Gucci, whatever. None of it needs to be new. You don't actually have to buy anything, is actually the point that I'm making. Just wear what you have. You know, if you have to go out and buy all new things to achieve this certain aesthetic for social media, then is it really your aesthetic, or are you trying to just fit into what you think that people want to see from you? Is it really what you like, is my question. What plays in my head when I watch a Bama Rush OOTD price breakdown, knowing I rush next week and half my stuff is secondhand, I just think that that's so much better. We have to admit, it is a problem if people are looking down on those who have secondhand or thrifted like clothing items. It does not need to be brand spanking new. Thrifting is such a positive thing for all of us. What I love about thrifting is that you can oftentimes get a one-of-a-kind item, right? Like, you know, if you've thrifted this particular piece, that no one else is going to be wearing it. And I think that that should be celebrated. Like, that's a cool thing, right? And it's got a cool story, like, oh, I picked this up and it was affordable. And I didn't have to buy something new. I'm able to reuse this clothing. Thrifting's the greatest thing. But for some reason in this culture, people don't see it that way because consumerism is king in a lot of these instances. I saw this comment and said, if there's a chapter you love, dress like them. They want women who will fit in well, down to the outfits. Obviously, you don't need to have to drop a band, but I noticed what people were wearing and how they dressed compared to my friends. So there's nuance here, right? There is something to be said about, oh, this girl happens to dress like me. She happens to fit my aesthetic. I like the outfit she's wearing, okay? And maybe we would get along based on that alone. But it's not a great thing if you're telling people to dress like the house you want to get into. And a lot of the time, people want to get into a specific house because that's what's popular on social media. This is a top house on social media. But it's like, is that really the right fit for you? Because I've heard a lot of stories of people who didn't get into the house that they wanted, but it ended up being the perfect fit for them because they were surrounded by girls who actually are like them. But a lot of the advice people are giving out is dress like them.
Hey y'all, I rush at the University of Alabama in just a few short days, and here's everything that's in my rush bag.
Hi guys, Bama Rush starts in less than 2 weeks and I want to show you what I'm putting in my rush bag. So I wanted to give you guys a little what's in my rush bag video.
I'm rushing at the University of Alabama in less than a week, so here's everything in my rush bag.
So if you know anything about sorority rush, you know that rush bags have become quite the popular trend in the last several years, and mostly due to TikTok. So rush bags are basically the bags that these girls carry around every day with them while they go through sorority recruitment. These bags have become quite the vortex of consumer behavior, okay, where people are just shoving as many things as they can, buying as many things as they can, fit into these bags, you know, to be prepared for any situation. It's become quite excessive. Let's just put it that way. But it's also become a way for people to kind of get their name out there and become social media influencers. And like, it's a piece of content that people do around sorority rush, which is like stuffing their bag with a bunch of things and like buying things for their rush bags. Here's a comment that said, these rush bags are crazy these days. My daughter was given a Ziploc bag, no phone allowed during Ole Miss Rush 6 years ago. They all seem to survive. Yeah, it's relatively new, which is like these crazy rush bags with like tons of stuff. They're designer bags. They've got a million things coming out of it. It's like a Mary Poppins bag, but it's like, you know, lots of products in there, things. It's a lot, guys. It is a lot. And I've noticed something particularly around this trend, which fits into my narrative here, which is that not only has social media obviously ruined all of us, but it's this idea of overconsumption taking over the college experience in removing that individuality piece and that sense of uniqueness, okay, and self-expression. This is how it manifests. This particular Bama Rush bag is quite the hot item this year. Almost every girl I'm seeing on Bama Rush TikTok has this bag. The casemate bow bag, I mean, literally, it's girl after girl after girl after girl with the same bag. Then I realized what was going on here.
Hey y'all, as many of you know, I am rushing at the University of Alabama this fall. Getting ready for rush, there's so many things you need. You need a rush bag, you need all your essentials,
You don't need one, by the way. You do not need a rush bag. It's not required. Once again, you just use what you have. Use a bag you have. Use a TJ Maxx 99-cent, bag if you need to. Okay, I know it's not cool, but you don't need to buy all new stuff just to go through a week. It's like a week of your life and you're buying a whole new bag just to go through rush. I mean, it's crazy.
Outfits, it's a whole list. I have been waiting to find the perfect rush bag, and thankfully, Casemate sent me one.
There we have it, y'all. Casemate, the maker of this bag, did a similar thing that Altered State is doing, where they're sending all these girls a rush bag and saying, can you make a video with this?
Thrilled when Casemate DM'd me to send me this bag for rush, so thank you so much, Casemate. Let's see all the goodies. First off, they sent me this little bag to go inside of my big tote bag. Casemate just has perfection in all the little details, even the packaging. This is totes you. I'm obsessed. Let's see what the tote bag is looking like. Oh my gosh, this is huge. Okay, the first thing I see when I open this is the cutest bow. Are we kidding? For Alabama Rush this year, they announced that one of our shirts is white with pink and red in it, and this will match that absolutely perfect. One of my sisterhood dresses is also pink, so I can't wait to wear it with that as well. Thank you so much, Casemate, for sending me this, and I can't wait to show you guys what I do with this bag in Rush.
Interesting. Okay. No wonder everyone has the same bag, because Casemate's sending it to everyone, but no one really knows it because it's not like a sponsored video per se. It's just a gifted item. Who doesn't want a perfect pink tote bag? Thankfully, Casemate sent me this bag for Rush. I can't wait to use it. They're doing a giveaway right now, so go enter to win your own pink bow tote bag. They are trying to get these girls to promote this thing to hell, and everybody's wearing it. And people are seeing this and truly getting influenced. They're like, oh, everyone's wearing this bag. I gotta get this bag. Need this bag. It's all the cool girls are wearing it. Here's another one where this girl's like, yeah, with Bama Rush being in 2 weeks away, that means it's time to get your Rush bag. Sending a big thank you to Casemate for sending me this adorable bow tote. Color, I'm obsessed. Need a Rush bag. Look no further. Like, you don't, guys, you do not need a new Rush bag. This whole culture is like, we're all being programmed to think we do need one. We do need more than what we already have, and we don't. And what ends up happening is everybody's got the same damn bag. Here's another one at Casemate, so obviously she was sent this as well. So yeah, Casemate sent her this bag as well. Here's another one. Here's what I packed in my Rush bag with Casemate. And then somebody posted this. Doomsday is so close because I was just doing my nightly TikTok rot and seeing Izzy Darnell, who's one of the top people doing Bama Rush this year, casually having the same Rush bag I've had picked out and sitting in my room for the past 6 months. I don't know what to do. Still love the bag though. So now people are like, oh my God, I thought I was going to be the only one with this bag and I had it all planned out so cute. And now I'm seeing everybody has the same bag and now I know everyone's going to buy it. Well, everyone has the same bag. There's no individuality. There's so many people that have it that somebody actually said this, put a cute name tag or scarf on your bag. I've seen a couple of other girls with the same bag as you and you don't want to get them mixed up because you're not allowed to take them into the sorority houses. You have to leave them out on the front lawn. So like people are literally like, oh my God, there's so many people with this bag that you might actually get it mixed up. Somebody else said that Rush bag is so popular. Yeah, everyone has it. It was sent to everybody.
Hey everyone, good morning. Guess what today is? It's day 3 of Alabama Rush and I'm super excited for today. Here's a little OOTD. My shirt is UA Analytic. My shorts are Christian Dior. My shoes are Jessica Simpson. My headband is Dior. My earrings are Amazon. My necklace is Gucci and Tiffany. And then my rings are Pandora. I'm so excited for what's planned today. Wish me luck.
You guys may recognize that girl from Bama Rush 4 years ago. So her name's Kylan Darnell, and you can see she's got a big following. She's got 1.2 million followers, and she like took over Bama Rush 4 years ago. In my opinion, she really popularized a lot of the Bama Rush content that we see now. A lot of it is sort of repetitive and like inspired from those videos that she did. She did the What's in My Rush Bag videos. She was doing OOTDs every day. And a lot of those things that she was showcasing were expensive items. I think that it should be discussed that a lot of these lifestyles of like these extremely expensive OOTDs, which made Kylan very popular, where she's showcasing wearing the Gucci and the Dior and the David Yurman and all of this stuff. A lot of these lifestyles are not realistic or sustainable. sustainable. It's not realistic to keep up with the impossible wealth standards that have been set forward by TikTok's biggest stars like Kylan and Izzy Darnell. And this has never been more evident than during their fake bag scandal that happened last year. So this is a little recap if you forgot.
So a lot of us know by now that Kylan and Izzy did a luxury Christmas haul for items that they got, and a lot of people noticed that the designer items appeared to be fakes. A couple of the tells, people said that the finish for the box that these Chanel shoes came in is different than the finish of the box that authentic Chanel shoes come in. And people also said that the piping on this Chanel bag is way too thick for authentic Chanel.
Guys, there were like 5 different bags that appeared to be fake. And another one was her sister got like a pink mini Hermes Kelly bag. And everyone's like, that's like impossible to get. She was like 17 at the time. And everyone's like, what? And people were very quick to say, okay, look, this can't be real.
This backlash, Kylan made a TikTok, which has now been deleted, in which she admitted that some of the items she got in her luxury haul were fake. She said she didn't think to ask for the authenticity card, and she thought it was normal that people have a mixture of designer and fake stuff in their wardrobe.
Important to note about this is that they presented these items as 100% real, and they always have. They were never going to reveal that they were fake. It was only until they got caught red-handed that they were like, oh, well, doesn't everybody use fake stuff? Sorry, I didn't give you the authenticity card. It's the fact that they were never planning on revealing that they were fake, and they were always portraying them as 100% authentic in order to keep up this illusion that they were super wealthy. Both of them have profited heavily from this type of aesthetic lifestyle. So it was a huge shock when people were like, wait, most of the stuff's fake. And it kind of made people look back and be like, wait, was any of it real? In my opinion, it's kind of snowballed into this disaster that we see on sorority talk and sorority rush talk and social media in general, where even the standards of the people at the top who are doing these things cannot sustain it. It's not reality, but people are watching it as if it is. That's the issue.
Be on the front lawn in 10 minutes. It's content hour. Guys, I'm not going to name names, but some of you guys do not look happy to be here, and that's just not okay. Like, I know we're filming TikToks in silence and doing TikTok dances and show and goes, but you guys need to look way happier to be here. Guys, I just saw Kappa Delta's TikTok on my For You page, and why is it so much cuter than ours? We need to step on their necks tomorrow.
I can't speak to the validity of this, but I have a suspicion that this is a real thing that's happening behind the scenes. This kind of just showcases what I'm saying. It's like, social media has destroyed us. You know, if this is really what's going on, where it's like, guys, get out on the front lawn and do the dance and learn the moves. What? No, thank you.
Ladies, once again, I'm not going to name names, but just a quick reminder that this is dry week, and that includes you cannot drink wine in the comfort of your own apartment. At the end of the day, it will get back to us. Ladies, just a quick reminder, as the honor chairwoman, Panhellenic is going to be here, and they will know if you're reaching out to P&Ms. Ladies, don't forget to submit your photos to the photo circle, even though we're going to post the same 5 girls at a time for the next 9 weeks. Just a quick reminder, if you leak our bid day theme, then we're going to slaughter your family in front of thousands.
And look, I've said this before. Not all sororities are obviously like this, and I think most people know that. But I think it's also important to talk about, while some of the sorority life looks idyllic online, this is the reality of what is going on for some of them in the background, right? And I think people need to take a long, hard look and be like, look, this might happen. So here's another one where someone's talking about the behind the scenes, and it's crazy.
Get ready with me while I tell you what goes on behind the scenes of an SEC sorority rush. For context, I was in a sorority for 2 years before I dropped. It was just not my thing, and it took me 2 years to realize that. So work week, they have you arrive to school a week and a half, 2 weeks early before everybody else, and you have a 9 to 5. You're not getting paid for it, and basically every day you're just like learning the songs you clap to when they walk in. You're learning how to talk to girls. You are learning bump groups. Well, at UGA, there are about 2,000 girls rushing, and all the sororities get a list of those girls. And you know what they do? Every single one of them has a basement team, and these basement teams go on Instagram and they stalk the hell out of these girls.
I think a lot of girls are aware of this, but I think there's something sort of icky about going on these girls' social media and kind of making a decision about them before they even get there and before you even talk to them, right? And, you know, back in the day when social media wasn't as prevalent, I don't think that they had a basement team that's looking up these girls in quite the same way. I'm sure there was letter of recommendations and all that crap, but you have to have the perfect social media, and you have to have a perfect aesthetic feed, and you have to fit into what they think is cool. It's just kind of like, what?
Oh, big shocker, they stalk your social media. Yeah, you know what they do stalk is your parents' Zillow. What your parents do for a living, your high school GPA. They know everything about you.
She's saying that they look up your parents' Zillow to see how much your parents' house is worth, to assess how wealthy you are. Because, you know, it's not like, again, it's no secret. They probably want wealthy girls to be part of their sorority for some of them. Okay, this is not all of them, obviously. But it's so superficial and yuck.
It is literally hours of stalking. And then you know what they do? They take a list of the names of all their favorite girls.
Think of a sorority as a business transaction. They want pretty girls who have money, but they also need you to raise their average GPA, so you should be smart. And they want more eyes on the sorority, so you should be pretty involved in extracurriculars.
This is what I'm saying, where I see why so many girls fall into this consumer trap where they're buying things to try to fit into the aesthetic and fit into like what social media wants and what they see online. And I think it's destructive to self-expression, especially at an age where you're trying to find yourself, right? And what you are and what you like and what you're interested in and what your style is. And that's not being promoted when these dynamics exist. Well, like I've said, social media is usually very different than the reality of an experience, right? And when so many people and companies and social media platforms are building up and platforming this one way of experiencing college is like the most idyllic, correct way to go through this experience, it's sort of detrimental to everybody else who doesn't fit into that mold, right? And it makes a lot of people feel like they're already behind. And this type of end-all be-all mentality creates a sense of exclusion, pressure, and performance. So many students feel like they have to buy their way into belonging through clothes, dorm decor, or social status. And when you don't fit into this mold, so many people are left wondering, am I doing college wrong? Am I a loser? This is not good for young people. College should be about discovering who you are, not who you pretend to be online. And we need to start questioning who's benefiting from these portrayals and what do we stand to lose when authenticity takes a back seat to aesthetics. You don't need matching outfits and viral videos to have a meaningful college experience. You just need space to grow, free from comparison, free from performance, and free from the idea that your worth is somehow measured by what you can buy or what you post online. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this type of video. I could probably make 3 videos just on this topic alone. So if you did like this kind of video, maybe I will. So make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already, if you want to see more videos like this one. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Newton, Amazon, Kendra Scott, I forgot, Amazon, I don't know, my Nana, a boutique in my hometown, the pants store, Golden Goose.